Let's get after it.
Let's get it.
Let's eat this bread. Hello, Asia.
Hello, Lucy.
How are you?
Long time no see.
I know, long time no see. It's been a day.
A whole day.
Feels like an eternity
Today
since we've gotten back.
has been a struggle.
Really?
For me. Yes.
Why?
Just getting back into the swing of
This
things.
is your first day back at work.
First day back at work. Feeling the post-trip depression.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I had to work yesterday, and so I feel like I was just kind of now I'm just numb to it all. Just grinding away, and I worked like a long day yesterday. So
was it a lot to catch up on?
Yeah, a lot to catch up on, a lot of issues to resolve.
Oh no, you leave for 5 days and
I leave for 5 days, and the world falls apart. I guess so. That's fine. It is what it is.
Yeah,
but it wasn't too bad. I just was behind, and so I worked until 6:30.
Classic.
Ooh. But you know,
anyways, welcome back to the pod.
Yeah, we just got back from Boston.
We did.
Can you tell from our Boston accents now?
Yeah, I'm pretty bummed that I
didn't pick up on it.
I did. I feel like we didn't hear that much.
We didn't hear that much. I do feel like I've been saying wicked more.
And wicked smart.
Wicked smart. Or
wicked smart.
How can we remember it? Hey, I'm walking
here.
here.
I feel like
I'm walking
the amount
here.
of times I said that on the trip is
so many.
Embarrassing.
So many.
I'm walking here.
It was so much fun.
Every time we cross the road, I'm walking. There's not even a car in sight.
There's not a car coming here.
I'm walking here.
I'm walking here. So
I feel like I heard it like one time. That cop in the beach village. We were like walking by and this cop was talking and I was like, oh my God, that's the accent.
That is the accent. He did have a pretty thick
wanted
one.
to hear and I didn't hear it.
I feel like maybe, no, the guy on the boat did not have one either at all.
Literally, just that one.
He's from Connecticut.
That one cop.
Yeah.
The one time.
He's like, he looks like you've been knowing everybody around here. That was so bad. That was the worst thing I've ever done. You.
It did not sound like that.
No,
but
it didn't. So sorry. I ate a lot of seafood. That was great for me.
I didn't.
I
was the non-seafood friend.
So was Jilly. So
Jilly
I guess it was
too,
half and half.
But she did have shrimp one time.
She does like shrimp, so.
I'm strictly no seafood.
No seafood.
None at all.
Does it make you sick watching other people eat it?
Not watching. I don't like the smell.
Okay.
But shrimp doesn't smell, like fried fish, I feel like doesn't smell too bad. The chowder smelled. The chowder smelled. The lobster.
It did?
Yeah. But
That's crazy.
I'm like so sensitive to it.
Okay.
It's like me with snoring. It's like any noise, I'm gone.
Me and Asia did have to share a bed, and apparently, I know she didn't say it. I know she hated it. She refuses to say it. I know it was so bad.
No, do not feel bad. Do not feel bad.
There was one night I talked.
Yeah.
And Asia didn't even bring it up to me. Jilly brought it up. And Jilly was like, do you talk in your sleep? And I was like, I don't think so. And Asia was like, yeah.
Don't feel bad. It's a me problem. It's a me problem because at home, I was just telling my college best friend this yesterday. It's because my normal is I'm by myself. It's silent. So anytime I'm not in my normal and there's another person sleeping, obviously it's going to throw me off.
Yeah.
Like people breathe different in their sleep. I probably breathe different in my sleep.
Was I a heavy breather?
Everybody.
Stop.
No, everybody. Well, there's 4 girls in that room. Everybody's breathing their sleep breathing. And I'm just like, Asia, you need to grow
up
the heck up and be able to handle this. So it wasn't as as bad as my parents. I put my AirPods in and that helped. Don't feel bad at all because it's
I mean, I don't necessarily feel bad, but I know it wasn't good for you.
This wasn't the trip that I slept the best, I'll say, but that's okay because I wasn't tired during the day or anything.
That's good.
So it didn't really affect me that much.
Yeah. We also, apparently I did at one point yell.
Julie and Hannah were the ones who brought stuff up to you.
Julie and Hannah, I guess, were talking and giggling.
Hear them. I did hear them, but I just had my AirPods in, so.
I guess I don't remember doing this at all. I guess I said, I can hear you guys over there. And then they both just went silent.
They were like,
but they told me that the next morning.
Is
I was
she
like,
mad?
I don't remember that. I don't think she was mad.
No, they were thinking like, oh my God,
no.
Is she mad?
I have no recollection of it.
I will say you do fall asleep in like 5 seconds.
So fast.
And I'm so envious of
It's
that.
because if I can, there are certain things that just, I think it's almost, what is that? It's not the Darwin. What's the mint thing with, if you give people enough mints, or if you ring a bell, give somebody a mint,
the
and then they'll salivate.
thing?
Yeah. I think I've trained my body to do that with like certain shows. Yeah. And like certain things. So if I put it on, my brain like knows it's REM sleep time, baby. And like, I'm out.
See, my brain has done me dirty and the opposite of that. So when I hear rain sounds, I get anxiety.
Oh.
Because I'm like, I can't.
Azsia plays rain sounds every night.
But I hear rain sounds and I'm like, it's because you can't sleep. It's because there's sounds in the room. And so my brain's looking for it.
Oh, so it's like hyper.
Yeah. So the rain does help, but it also is like working against me, I feel like.
That makes sense.
So I don't know.
That is unfortunate.
It is. And I need to get over it.
I don't know how you do that though.
I don't either.
Maybe just put yourself through really extensive circumstances when you're falling asleep. Put rain on now. Every night.
I should try.
And get used to it. Or like some other noise.
Yeah.
Because you do sleep in quiet, don't you?
Yeah, and my dog snores a little bit, but it doesn't.
You should start testing.
I should. I need to break out of this.
Because I fall asleep to a show, but I'm also right next to the airport, so I fall asleep to planes landing. And then I'm also right next to the metro, so usually the bus goes and it doesn't wake me up. Same with cars. Because I'm right next to the highway. Yeah. So I really can sleep through almost everything.
Yeah.
At this point, I've trained myself.
I don't like TV, music, that stuff doesn't bother me. It's literally other people.
It's just noises.
It's other people.
That's so funny. And rain.
And rain. But anyways.
So that was the sleeping side of the trip.
Yeah.
We walked everywhere.
Literally.
I know really in reality, we're probably just going to talk about Boston because everybody's like, Lucy, how was your trip? Yeah. And I'm like, oh, you can just listen to the podcast episode when it comes out because it's too much to talk about.
So fair.
So this is just Boston. Plus how fun we are. And I have an embarrassing story in Boston that I'm going to share.
Yeah.
So we walked everywhere and my parents are going to be not mad, I guess, when they hear this. But the craziest thing about Boston is none of us know anything really about the city.
No.
None of us knew, I don't know the bad parts of the city. None of us knew the layout of the city, like where to go, where maybe typically in a big city you shouldn't go as a tourist.
Yes, that's what you're talking about.
We walked everywhere. We walked all over that city, not having a clue whether we should have been there or not.
If we were in the bad parts or not.
That was, I think, the crazier part, but I never really felt unsafe.
I don't know. It's so interesting traveling with like you and also my friend from college is like this, like so like maybe it was like growing up with brothers or something. I don't give two thoughts about is this safe? I don't know. She would like get so mad that I would like leave my purse in like my driver's seat.
That is kind of weird. I still hide mine even though.
And I just don't think about it. I need to be better about it. But yeah, Lucy's like, oh my gosh, like, are we okay? Like walking.
We walked under an underpass at one point and it was dark. And I was like, I don't feel great about walking under an underpass.
And I was like, I feel great about having 4 people.
And I was like, I feel fine. And I'm like, I don't. But everybody else was like, we're going. And I was like, well, I'm just. We're going to go.
Strong girls.
It was really funny at one point. We were walking to this Christmas market, and we'd been walking probably 2 miles, and it was dark, and it was raining. And so we're just trekking along, and I'm aware that there is a man behind us. He's not, like, following us, but there's a guy behind us. And Hannah's also aware. And then behind us is Jilly and Asia. And Jilly starts saying, Jilly's like, yeah, I think if some guy came up on me, I'd kick him really hard. And then Asia was just like, ha ha ha, la-di-da-di-da. And then what else did she say?
She was just like talking about
what she would do
if someone tried to overtake her.
And then the guy quickly goes around us and jumps up, and Asia's like, I had no idea he was even there.
No idea that somebody was walking behind us. I will peg it to I had my hood on. I feel like it was drowning out the noise.
Maybe.
But I had no sense that someone was behind me.
I didn't hear him. I could
nothing.
Feel the peripheral.
I was so taken aback by why Julie was talking about that. I was like, that's what you're thinking about right now? And then he passed us, and I was like, that makes sense. But yeah, I don't have that spidey sense.
Yeah.
So like
I do. So
it's nice to travel with you. Because
yeah.
if I were alone, maybe I would. Maybe.
I hope so. I certainly do. But you never know. We also, I was a little bit of that friend during this trip where I don't always need to be this person, but if there is a trip happening where the day is open and we need to like fill it,
you're the itinerary
I will
friend.
step up and be the itinerary friend.
Yeah, Lucy
if no one else wants to do it, if no one else will step up, I can very naturally fill that role.
Lucy's a great itinerary friend.
Thank you. And so we had stuff every day.
Yeah.
The first day I bought the $9 Freedom Trail booklet, as one does, because Boston also, I think I could live there. I love this city.
It was great.
I loved that city so much. Mm-hmm. They have a 2.5 mile Freedom Trail that just goes all throughout the city.
Yeah.
Where
it
takes you along all the historic pathways.
It's literally on this like.
It's like the brick in the sidewalk.
Red. It's a path.
So it's hard to miss.
It was great for me.
It was great. It like guided us through the entire city. And then I bought a book, so we did a little tour and we were reading up on history. Asia learned who Paul Revere was and that he existed.
I don't know if you can tell, but I am not a history girl.
No one really was.
Quite embarrassing sometimes, but Lucy is very much a history person, so I learned so much.
Look, math and science over my head.
Yeah,
it's in one ear, out the other.
I got those in the bag.
History sticks, and that's about it. So, and pop culture.
Yeah.
The two most important things. They're both stories telling.
Yeah.
So, we did a lot of the history Freedom Trail, and then we went to a Bruins game that day, which I think might have been almost my favorite part.
That was one of my top 3.
We're just diehard Boston Bruins fans now.
I am diehard.
Hockey?
I'm
there.
Die for those boys.
I would literally jump in front of a bus for that.
I would do anything for those boys. They
worked so hard.
They were so good. They're so talented. I think hockey is one of the most skilled sports.
I agree with you. Listen, I can't ice skate alone.
Listen, you are playing a contact sport with 2 weapons on your feet, trying to keep track of that tiny little puck.
My vision sucks. I lost the puck half the time. 2, I can't ice skate.
No, I can't either. And
I'd be scared of running into people.
And they're in all that gear.
Yeah.
I'm just like, man,
it was crazy.
You guys, that and rugby, I think, are up there for like actual quality. And
I could do rugby.
Dog, they tackle each other without anything on.
I could do it.
I mean, yeah, you could do it, but I'm saying as a skilled sport.
Yeah.
I think those two.
I think hockey's number 1.
Yeah, I would agree.
Football feels pretty hard.
Rugby is like uncensored football.
I don't know.
Yes.
The easiest one for sure is soccer. I'm just kidding.
I think soccer trumps football.
Swimming. Swimming is above rugby.
No. No.
What?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
Can you swim?
Yes, I can swim.
I don't know about that.
I can swim.
Laps?
I literally can swim. Maybe not the best time, but I know how to swim.
I think it goes
I'm
swimming,
from Arizona.
Hockey.
No. Literally, most people can swim.
No.
Yes.
No, not with like side breathing. Can you? Do you count doggy paddling?
I count swimming. I know. I'm from Arizona. Everyone knows how to swim in Arizona because it's a safety thing.
Yeah, that's true here.
So maybe in other states. Hockey
Other
by far
states,
number
never.
one. I would peg rugby and soccer together because the footwork in soccer is tricky. Then I think I would put baseball and football together. Swimming can be up there too.
I disagree with you on that. All I know is golf is last.
Golf is last.
All I know, the two top and bottom is hockey
and golf. We can agree on that.
Yeah.
The middle, nah.
Done. And so, anyway, we went to a hockey's game. Diehard Bruins fan now.
Yeah.
They're coming here in January. Catch me at that game.
We're going to that
I'm
game.
going to be screaming my guts out.
Yeah.
I mentioned it like to my boss that I went to a hockey game while I was there. And I think I may have started something that I wasn't actually prepared for.
Oh, like
because
a bond?
now he thinks
like a bond.
I'm a diehard like hockey fan,
Yeah.
and I'm like,
just go. With
I gotta go do research now. I'm like, he started saying other names of teams, and I was like,
go with the bit though. That's
yeah.
so fun.
He's like, who's your home team? And I was like, oh,
Bruins.
Colorado Avs, of course.
No, Bruins.
But the Bruins are like maybe now the home team because I went, but I'm like a diehard Colorado fan because I was born there. So like Denver Broncos, Colorado Avs. Anyway.
Yeah.
And then he started naming a bunch of other teams, and I was like, oh yeah. So now I gotta do research on the NHL.
I think I could get into hockey.
I think I could too.
It was so fun.
Yeah. But we can I'm trying to see the time there. Can't see it without my glasses. What did we do after? Well, so the embarrassing story really takes place. We went to a really fancy Italian restaurant.
They have like a little Italy area. So
Yes.
it's like over 100 Italian restaurants and like markets and stuff.
It was amazing. I'm Italian, so
yeah,
just felt right at home. So we went to this Italian restaurant, and it was kind of weird. It was like really small and kind of cramped, but it was amazing. Really good food, top notch.
Interesting point. I don't know. I've never seen this. They served all of the meals in like just
Pans.
in the frying pan.
In the frying pan.
Like everybody got a pan. I was just like, how many pans do they have?
I am interested to know how many pans they have.
And I was looking at other tables, and literally every single person had a pan.
Yeah. But there's like the restaurant, and then they have a courtyard area that is all covered. So we sat in the courtyard, and it had like heaters going and stuff. Well, I had to go to the bathroom, so I went up, and I walked in to the restaurant thinking it would be a bathroom like a normal place would have. My mistake. And I see like in the doorway of when you walk in the restaurant, the sign for bathroom. And I look to face it, and I'm like, I don't see the door. Because then the kitchen is just right next to it. Mm-hmm. And the server is behind me, and he's like, oh no, yeah, like
I always get so nervous.
The bathroom's in the kitchen.
I was like,
oh.
I get so nervous in restaurants when I get close to the kitchen.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm gonna get yelled at.
Yeah. So like when I tell you, here's the walkway, here's the kitchen staff working on the table, here's the door. I have to open the door, and it doesn't open all the way because it would hit the kitchen like counter. Mm-hmm. So the chef is locking eyes with me as I go in the bathroom, and I'm like, sorry.
I don't know if that's
so sorry. And then I had to like shimmy into the bathroom, and it's a very small bathroom. And so then on my way out, so embarrassing. I was wearing jeans that have the buttons, just like 5 buttons in a row that go up, that you have to button all the way up. And as I was opening the door, I got really scared that somebody was going to walk by from the kitchen and I was going to knock over food, because I just knew that would happen to me. I was like, the last thing I need is that. So I like glance around the door to make sure nobody from the kitchen is coming. And the chef is still just right there watching me leave. And I was like, sorry, bye. And then my pants got stuck on the door, on the handle of the door. And I was trying to leave so fast that it just ripped open the entire front of my pants. And the chef just saw me.
He like looks at you, looks down.
I was so vulnerable and exposed. And I just like shut the door and ran back to the table with like my arms crossed. And then as I sat down, I just buttoned up my pants again, but it was super embarrassing. And then I asked the waiter when he came back, I was like, I just like need to know, where is the bathroom?
Did I
use the staff bathroom? He's like, oh, there's one inside and then there's one that way. And he pointed the other direction that I did not go. So I might have, it was a weird situation either way.
Needless to say, no
one else wanted to use the bathroom.
Went to the bathroom because I didn't want to go through that.
It was tough for me, but that's okay.
I don't think I have I was trying to think of like anything embarrassing that happened to me. Probably the most I got I think called out when we were trying to take a train, like a longer longer train to Salem and then like to a further town, so they were like longer, more than like the whatever the equivalent, like
the subway.
So it's a commuter train. So we get there, Lucy's doing the most to like map it out. We're like the first people there. It's 6:30, 7 a.m.
Yeah.
And we get there and the thing was closed. Like the train stop that we needed, one part of it was closed. And so we needed help basically. And the people of Boston were really nice.
The people of Boston,
like
the kindest.
So nice, like helping us, giving us directions, whatever, helping us with the transportation system. So this guy is like looking at us like wander aimlessly around the train station trying to figure it out. And he's like, "Do you guys need help?" And Lucy's like, I think so." And then he like looks directly at me and he's like, "Her face says you need major help." And I was like,
he was like, I could tell because of her. It was really funny.
So
that morning alone was pretty hilarious because, mind you, I am just like a little OCD. So I had like memorized the map, like looked up all the stops, what time they started, because we wanted to go to Salem, which is on the commuter rail out to a place called Rockport. And I was like, we're going to do this. And I have got it down. So we went. And the guy literally, after he said that Asia looked so confused, was like, you guys picked probably the worst time to ever go there.
It started on this day.
Yeah, he was like, we're closed. The 2 stops are closed for this weekend, basically, the 2 days that you're here to do construction. So you have to hop on a bus to go to a place called Swampskin. We called it Swampskin. I don't know what it was called. It's the worst name I've ever heard of a town. And then he's like, then you'll get on the train and that'll take you to Salem. And so we're like, what? And so he's like, go out these doors. And so he just points and we're like going through all these doors. We're also at TD Garden, which is where the Celtics play. And we're like underground at this point, so confused as to where on earth we were and where we were going. There's no signs. I'm starting to get a little nervous because it is underground and there was empty hallways.
Wasn't thinking about that
I'm like,
at all.
Who's here? I don't know. And so then we walk outside and we see like a row of buses and there's this big group of people gathered around. And I just go, hey!
Runs up to them. Hey!
Waving my little hands. And I'm like,
God.
So we are trying. They were like, what do you need? And I was like, well, we're trying to go to Salem. And the guy goes like, Salem?
It's 7 a.m.
And I'm like, so we were really taken aback. Long story short, we did find a bus to take us to Salem. Little did we know, the town opens at 10 a.m.
Oh my God, we get to Salem at 8.
Everything doesn't do.
We wanted to leave by 10:30.
Yeah.
We find out that nothing opens until 10 a.m. So that was a bit of a buzzkill.
But it was still, we got to see the witch memorial.
Honestly, I don't think I would have. Any of the tours, it would have been, I think, maybe too witchy.
Yeah, I'm not.
But we wanted to go to the memorial to pay these ladies respect.
Yeah, because that's the saddest thing I've ever heard in my life. It's
literally so sad. So I wanted to go and pay my respects. We went to the memorial. It was very sad.
I kind of teared up.
Yeah, I was like, kind of emotional.
Imagine being someone just back then, and you're like reading a little book.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, "You're a witch. Let's kill her."
The whole town's
like, "You're a witch," and you're like, "No, I can just read."
Literally not.
I can just read.
Yeah.
And they're like, "No, she's a witch, and there's nothing you can do to convince these people that you're not a witch." And so then they kill you.
Yeah.
Devastating to me.
So sad. Yeah.
So
I
would highly recommend going simply for the memorial. It was such a cool memorial.
Really cool. People put like
fresh flowers.
Like flowers for, there was what, like 20 something
26, I think.
that died.
Some were men. They thought they were warlocks.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, so I did enjoy that. But yeah, it was like kind of gloomy morning and everything was closed. So it was like empty.
It was pretty empty, but it was cool.
It was cool. Then we hopped back on the train and went further out from Boston to like this cutest little beach town. Rockport. It was like definitely, I don't know if anyone's seen Manchester by the Sea.
That's where they filmed it.
Is it really? Someone asked me that and I was like, I don't know.
It wasn't Rockport, but on the way we passed Manchester by the Sea stop.
The city's called that?
Yeah, the bus stop, the railway was.
It's called Manchester by the Sea or just Manchester?
No, it's called Manchester by the Sea. You were sleeping. It's so crazy. I took a picture of it.
What? Yeah, but it definitely looked like that. Like it looked exactly like you would imagine.
Yeah.
They were doing like their Christmas festival that day. Santa was coming in on a boat.
We didn't stick around.
We did not.
The whole point was to see it. Too many people.
It was too many people, too many
kids. Like, we're not children.
We couldn't see it, so we're like, let's beat the crowds and go get lunch.
Yeah. And then we got lunch.
Yeah.
I had the best clams that day.
Yeah.
They were delicious. But Boston was a trip. We loved every minute of it. Highly recommend going. Yeah. It snowed while we were there. It was great.
The weather was so fun.
Yeah.
It was like 30s, 40s.
Yeah.
It was amazing. Like the crisp, cold air. I don't think you probably packed had the warmest clothes. Me, Julie, and Hannah didn't have a lot.
I am in fact the only person that brought a hat.
Hat and gloves.
And gloves and a scarf. No one else thought to bring those.
So you just layered up.
Yeah.
I did have a hood on the day that it rained, so that helped.
That did help. I'm so glad.
We all, I think, bought hats because that helped.
Oh my gosh, one of the best stories. There is a guy named Julio that is a vendor on the streets of Boston. And we went to him the first day because Hannah really wanted a beanie. And so Hannah got the beanie. The cute little guy's just reading his Bible in Spanish. He was just precious, all by himself. And we chatted with him a little bit and then we left. And then on Monday, we were like, let's go see him again.
Let's go see him.
So we go. And Hannah wants a t-shirt and he doesn't have the size. And he's like, you ladies stay here, hold down the fort.
He's like,
you just watch.
Watch everything.
And take the money if they give it to you.
Are you sure?
We're like, what? We're on the literal curb of Boston. And Julio goes.
Gone
for like 5-10 minutes. Some guy comes up who also doesn't speak English. And he's like, how much for this? And I'm like, we're all like, and then Hannah's like, he'll be right back. And the guy's like, no, how much? And Hannah's like, he'll be right back. And he's just like not understanding. So then I'm like, $7. And then he's like, no. And I was like, okay. And
bye.
So we were left in charge of his stand. And then he came back and just was on his phone. Hannah just kept taking money. Ringing people up.
He was trying to show Hannah and us like photos of his family.
Yeah.
And was taking a really long time. And there was customers lining up. And we were just like, we'll help you. And so Hannah
we're like, Julio, you put the phone down first.
Stop.
And you can help them. You help the customers and then we'll come back to it.
So Hannah became his little assistant, like getting money out of the register.
She's literally running the till of this guy's thing.
We all did buy stuff from him, so that was fun. But he's such a nice guy.
So such a sweetheart. Yeah. Called us all beautiful. It was so nice.
Yeah.
He's like, don't change your face.
He's like, you got what you got. And I was like,
we were like, okay.
You're right.
That's so good.
Can't change this.
So good, but it was a great time in Boston. I think next time we're going to do a fall trip up there and hit all of the states.
Yeah.
So, to end, I do have a couple pop culture things to end on. One, of course, it was announced today, Taylor Swift, Time Magazine Person of the Year.
I saw that.
Woo.
Who were like the other people that have gotten that? Like what category is this in? Like, is this celebrities? Is this...
That's a great question. It really varies. Last year, it was the people of Ukraine. that got
so
it.
This is like serious.
A few years ago, it was the woman that started the Me Too movement.
So this is like a serious thing.
Yeah, I
This
do
isn't-
think other like celebrities have gotten it. Like I think Oprah's
Okay.
gotten it in the past, stuff like that. But it does kind of vary in like
So
scope.
how did they? I wonder, like, how did? Not to say she's not done great things, but like,
I mean, if you think about it, she kind of was the person of the year.
for like pop culture, yes.
But I mean, she's kind of transcended into several different like she was probably the most talked about.
Mm-hmm.
The tour was the highest grossing tour of all time.
Uh-huh.
Globally, she sold out every stadium show.
Yeah.
And then she started transcending into the NFL. She released 2 albums.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I just
Grammy
was
nommed.
wondering about the criteria for this. Like if
She's
it
an
was
amazing person too.
She is. I'm not discounting that at all,
Are
but
we?
I'm not
Are
I'm
you
just,
starting a war with me
I'm
right
just saying, I'm just wondering what the criteria, cuz like is this like a serious thing, like we're changing the world kind of a thing?
now? I don't think necessarily that. She is changing the world though.
Okay.
I just think for music, she's done probably a lot.
Yeah,
And has paved a lot of paths. So they're probably giving her nod
gotcha.
of like
I would agree with
being
that.
a strong woman and like paving the way for a lot of other
Gotcha.
young
Okay.
women artists. Anyway,
I agree with that.
all that to say, that happened. And you'll be excited. Ariana Madix is opening up Chicago on Broadway.
Whoa.
I know. She got a role in Chicago on Broadway.
That's amazing.
Isn't that crazy? As Roxy Hart.
Wow.
I think that's Renee Zellweger's. I think that's the main girl.
No way.
Yeah, she's doing it on Broadway. When I heard, I was like watching it on, because she announced it on Regis and Kelly this morning.
That's amazing.
And I was like, is it like off Broadway? But no, it's like straight up the Broadway musical in New York.
I wonder if she can sing.
She must be able to.
Wow.
Apparently she went to like acting school for college.
Wow.
I know, I'm
Sandoval
interested.
is probably like
Shaking in his boots right now.
his, like-
Absolutely quaking.
with his like cover band.
He's like
now
just so mad.
she's like into singing now.
What?
This is my thing.
No, yeah. So that was big news, I feel like, today. She did not win Dancing with the Stars last night, but that's okay.
Oh, it's over?
Yeah.
Who won? It's a really hit or miss for me if I even know the celebrities on that
I don't
show.
know how to say her name. Schoidel? No, that's so, I'm so sorry. She was with Val. She's like this really, she's so cute. She's young. I don't know her name. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's like XOCHITL.
Whoa.
Yeah. So that's why.
I don't know where to.
It's a shot in the
where to
dark for me
start
on
with
that
that
one.
one.
So, but
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah.
I'm excited. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, have you watched any of that Squid Game show?
No.
Oh my God.
I did finish Selling Sunset though.
That show, I don't know, there's something about the Squid Game show.
It just got renewed for season 2.
It was so addicting.
Okay, I'll watch it.
Like, I just was sitting, each time they dropped episodes, I watched them in one sitting.
Okay.
Like, it's like bored, like kind of like reality, but like a social experiment. So it always interests me when you like watch humanity. Like, I don't know, like what people do. You can just like see down to their core, like what they do in like in weird situations. Obviously I watched like the Squid Games that came out a year or two ago. But this one, so they do some of the same things. Some of them are different. Obviously, no one's dying.
That's good.
But I did see some of the contestants are like suing the Netflix because I guess they're saying some of the conditions during the show were like inhumane.
Oh my gosh.
I saw something that like
it's like the actual Squid.
I know. I was like, whoa, this is supposed to be lighthearted. Like some people were something about like temperature, like hypothermia type stuff. Someone made some complaints of like nerve damage. I don't know where that's happening because I've watched all of it and I'm like, I don't know where you're getting hurt, but I don't know how long they are in like the bunkers. Because like they do like the games and stuff, but they're also staying in like what looks like what the people in the actual show stayed in, like this big auditorium with just bunk beds. I'm like, I wonder how long they're in there and what they're eating, because you don't really see them.
God, I hope this isn't like borderline actually like the show.
I know.
Except for the fact that people aren't dying.
People aren't dying. Like when you do have to, I think you do have to like act up like you die. It's like kind of a weird concept, but like if you get out, there's like a paintball or something that like hits you, or I think it's like attached to you and like goes off, and then you have to pretend like you die.
I don't know how you feel about this.
But like it's just a game. Like it's a game show. But yeah, there's like a lot. I don't know where they're at with the lawsuit or whatever, if it's gonna take off. But I think the final episode drops today, so I'm gonna watch it.
Fair enough.
But people just like are lying straight. Like it's just interesting watching people like lie to people.
Yeah.
Like just straight to their face, or like this. I got so mad at this one character because they're in this one game, and like the group came up with a way to make it as fair for everybody as possible. So the group came to this consensus, and then one girl like didn't go with the plan, and I like got so mad. I was so irritated because she made someone else get eliminated because she was just like, no, I'm not gonna do it. And I was like, I was so irritated.
Okay, I'll watch it.
Yeah, you should.
I'll watch it. I like humanity shows like that.
Yeah.
Perfect. Next week, we're going to talk about what our New Year's resolutions were for this past year and how we didn't complete any of them.
Didn't do that.
And so stick around for that. But thank you guys so much for listening.
Yes, thank you for listening.
Talk to you later.
Bye.